James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so let's get into it, man. This is the other fight on the card I was most excited about. You have Martin Bakole stepping in on 2 days' notice to fight Joseph Parker, and we saw very quickly and very swiftly why fighters have 2-day notices, because Joseph, there's not, like, really, guys, there's not a whole lot to dissect with this fight. Joseph Parker quickly and swiftly disposes of Martin Bakole in 2 rounds, and that's that. He didn't really even have to get out of first gear for Bakole, and Bakole never really ever had Parker in trouble or landed anything of consequence. So that's really the fight in 2 rounds in a nutshell. Martin Bakole was clearly not in the physical condition to take this fight. He did, and his team allowed him to, so he's a grown man. He made a grown man decision. He can live with the grown man consequences, and he got paid nicely for it. He got paid what? I've seen all kinds of numbers, but we know he got paid multiples of millions of dollars for this fight. So God bless him. He took the fight. It didn't work out for him. And the good thing for Bakole is he still got some good fights for him at heavyweight. I mean, he can still fight Efe Ajagba, which was the original fight he was going to fight anyway. He can still fight Ajagba. He can still fight, a lot of good fighters. He can fight Filip Hrgovic. He can still fight, a lot of fighters. Maybe they still do the Anthony Joshua fight in Africa. So it's not like Bakole doesn't have options. And it's not like Martin Bakole won't be in a big fight again. If anything, in a sense, right? Because Joseph Parker trained a lot for this fight. Bakole stepped in and did it when it wasn't very favorable to him as far as, his conditioning is concerned. It favored him in the money department, but his conditioning, it didn't favor him. But Turkey kind of, in my opinion, the way I see it, I feel like Turkey, Al Sheikh, and Riyadh Season and everybody else kind of owes him one, because he really took this fight with not everything going in his favor, physically speaking. I know a lot of people are saying that Martin Bakole just took the bag and didn't even show up to win. Listen, man, they offered it to him. He took it. That's how it goes in life. Opportunity knocks, and sometimes not more than once, and it doesn't come back. So, he took the opportunity. He fell extremely short, and that's his cross to bear, not anybody else's. So that being said, what do we make of this for Joseph Parker? Because Parker adds another name to the resume that's a really good name, and I think Joseph Parker has a really good resume, one of the best resumes in boxing. And you can make the case, there's a very good argument you can make that he has maybe the strongest resume of anybody in the heavyweight division in terms of the guys he's fought of his era, That being said, he's got to fight Daniel Dubois again. He's got to fight Daniel Dubois. I believe it's within 90 or 180 days. That's because Dubois is the champion. Parker was supposed to get the title shot. So it's good for Parker that he won this fight, because he had everything to lose and nothing to gain from beating Bakole. Parker lost, or he became champion in 2016, right, against Andy Ruiz in a very close fight. He loses in 2018 trying to unify the division against Anthony Joshua, right? So from 2018 to 2025, he spent a lot of time, a lot of ups and downs, losing to Dillian White, getting stopped by Joe Joyce, getting Andy Lee, beating Zhang, beating Wilder, those middle fights with guys like Shondell, Terrell Winters, and these kind of fighters. He's been through a lot to get to the point of getting a title shot. So if Bakole would have won in there and knocked him out, and that would have all went up in smokes, that would have been terrible for him. But luckily for him, that's not the case. He takes care of business, and Dubois is going to be his next opponent. I can sit here and talk to you guys about him fighting other guys, other fighters, but he's going to fight Daniel Dubois because it is an IBF order for him to fight Daniel Dubois. And again, it's hard to really dissect and assess, Joseph Parker and just where he's at, because there really wasn't a whole lot to make of this Bakole fight. It didn't even last the full 2 rounds. But, still a lot of speed, still a lot of power. I think this fight, whether it was a mismatch or not, because of the circumstances, I think that Parker will take some confidence just from being in the ring and winning in a situation like this. And listen. I was picking him against Dubois before. I'm still gonna pick him against Dubois when they fight. I just think Parker is firing on all cylinders. I think Joseph Parker with Andy Lee is a very tough guy to beat for anybody in the division. And I think when they do fight, Parker's combination of boxing skills, power, experience, durability, all these things are going to get him over the hump against Dubois. I think Dubois, you know, like I said in my prediction video, Dubois has that more upright British style where he wants to get you mid-range, long-range, and then punch through the guard down the middle. As far as that fight, I still think Parker will win. And I think Parker is going to fight Usyk at some point in time. And it's going to be a very fun fight when it does happen. And I would love that fight because I feel like Parker is the only guy from this era, you know, Wilder, Joshua, Fury. You know, Parker was a champion in between all that. I feel like he's one of the only guys Parker hasn't fought. So it'd be really cool to see Parker fight Usyk. But yeah, when Dubois fights Parker, like Dubois has done a great job of proving me wrong in the past. He's had to prove me wrong again in this fight because you know, he's gonna need to be the bigger man and fight like the bigger man against Parker. And I think he'll be able to do it in spots, but I don't think he'll be able to do it in spots long enough to defeat Joseph Parker. So when the time comes for the fight to happen, I'll talk more about it. But these are just my thoughts on what I saw in the fight. You know, Martin Bakole was not fit to fight. His team believed in him enough to allow him to take the fight. So that's their prerogative in boxing and in management. Everything is risk versus reward. So they were getting a big reward, right, in the form of money and a massive payday and a massive card on a good platform, right? The reward would have been, if they would have won, they would have been getting a title shot next, right? So they felt that there was enough reward to match the risk of taking this fight. They took it. They fell short. They can come again, and that's just boxing and that's life. I think the ideal fight for them to do would be Bakole versus Efe Ajagba. And I'll tell you this: if Bakole can't beat Efe Ajagba, if he can't beat the Efe Ajagbas of the world, then we don't have any business talking about Bakole fighting for the world title or being one of the top heavyweights in the world, because Efe Ajagba is a solid fighter, but Efe Ajagba is not, you know, a world beater. Efe Ajagba is not a top 5 heavyweight, and Efe Ajagba is someone Martin Bakole should beat. So I think that's the fight they should do, but we'll see how it goes. This boxing game, it's always changing. It's very fluid, and you never know what's on the corner. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Bakole came just for the check and that's all it was? Or, you know, what did you make of Parker versus Bakole? Who do you want to see Bakole fight next? What do you think about Parker's chances against Dubois now after that fight? And yeah, leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you could love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you click right over here.